Capcom is literally trolling us. I don't think the dog in Resident Evil 4 Remake is dead. In fact, I think it's a different dog. Now hear me out. Now when you first start to play the OG Resident Evil 4, when you encounter the dog, you can actually see that yeah, he's caught in the trap. But when you have a closer look at him, he actually is completely white. And it's also worth mentioning that this dog obviously has a wound on his leg due to the trap. Now the dog that we see in the IGN hands-on preview trailer that's dead, he has dark patches. Now, as mentioned, I think Capcom is trolling. Now, the reason I think it's two separate dogs is actually due to the fact that when you play the OG Resident Evil 4, you actually encounter two dogs in the village. One of the dogs is the white dog, which I'm going to call Dog A, the one from the beginning, with the trap. And the second dog that you meet is right when you enter the area on the left of the village, when you get introduced to the whole 15 medallions shooting prize thing from the merchant. In that area, you actually can encounter Dog B. Now, I always thought that they were the same dog, but in reality, it isn't, because this dog doesn't have a wound on his leg. He actually has a dark patch over his fur and looks a lot like the dog that's in the remake trailer. Now, it's also worth noting that this theory actually sprung up from a conversation that I had on my last stream. By the way, I actually go live every Saturday, and right now we're actually in the process of playing the OG Resident Evil 4, and we're actually translating and dissecting all of the Spanish on professional difficulty. Now, you might think that, oh, this is just the PlayStation 2, and during those times, you know, they didn't really pay attention to those details. Well, no, because later on in Resident Evil 4, we actually encounter the dog again when we fight that El Gigante fight. Now, what's interesting about Dog A is that you can actually see that wound is still there. So we know that that's the same dog from the beginning, but the dog you find in that 15 medallion location, that dog doesn't have that wound. And as mentioned, he also has dark patches on his fur. Now, this would obviously suggest that there's two dogs. Now, of course, later on in Resident Evil 4, we actually encounter other dogs, but those dogs are infected with Las Plagas. One of the first encounters with those Las Plagas dogs is right outside the church at night, and you can also encounter more infected dogs in the courtyard area right after you meet Eder in the castle. So this also gives us the indication that there's actually tons of dogs in the whole village area. So I think Capcom is definitely trolling us. I don't think that that's the same dog that actually comes and helps us in Resident Evil 4 Remake. Now, I was actually very upset when I first heard this, that the dog was actually dead. I was like, dude, that dog was awesome. I love the fact that after he helps you, you know, he kind of leaves, he runs away, and it kind of gives him a happy ending, because essentially you help him out, and then he returns the favor by basically distracting El Gigante. Now, it's also worth noting that the RE developers have also stated in Resident Evil Showcase that they're adding new ideas, but as always, let me know your thoughts down below if you agree with my theory. Now, it is worth mentioning that since this is just a theory, it could be that, you know, once March hits around the corner, we actually do see that, oh no, the dog was actually dead. But you know what? I don't want to go that route. I do want to believe that the dog is still alive. Let me know if you agree down below. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to click this video if you guys want to see what the ganados are actually saying in the new Resident Evil 4 remake trailers, because we go deep into dissecting all of the Spanish. Anyways, thanks for watching.